talk about this healthy. They have this balanced view. They're accurate and balanced about their view in life. Healthy self-esteem. They have very balanced. So they don't have time for unnecessary talk and drama to prove a point. But overly self-esteem people always want to prove a point. I want to prove to people I am this. I want to prove to people they must listen to me. They must do my way. They are too entitled. That's too bad about them. So we talk about your self-esteem being the way you look at yourself, low. You see, one of the characteristics of a melancholy is that they have low self-esteem. We spoke about that, right? Yes. So they always see themselves like not good enough. That's the negative aspect. Nothing is ever good enough, even though they call them perfect melancholy. So because of that perfectionist mindset, they are never good enough. In Christianity, we call them self-righteous people. No, yes, the overly self-esteem people are self-righteous people. They are the ones that are too good. They are always good. So choleric has a tendency of overly self-esteem. They are self-confident. They know they don't need you. They can do without. They always believe they will have their way through, with or without. If you're not there, they'll pick another person. If all of those things. So we see how it works. But naturally, the people that are really affected by low self-esteem, let's look at it. Low self-esteem is confirmed by lack of confidence and negative opinion about oneself. They are always feeling inferior to others. They may be the very intelligent students in class, but they believe that, no, they are not good enough to answer the questions. They are always like that. They always feel low. They always have a negative opinion about themselves. So low self-esteem people, they have a fragile sense of self that can easily be wounded by others. Their emotions are too fragile. Anything you do, they are too sensitive. Hey, are they not doing it to me because they are negative? They are doing this to me because you are doing this to me because I'm not rich. Yeah, I did not go to school. They have low self-esteem. You get married to that kind of spouse. Is it because you have money? Or is it because you have not gone to school? Or is it because they always have a because to put? And most often they talk about themselves. Sometimes in Christianity, they will hardly forgive because they don't believe that they are good enough for God to forgive them. So each time they have a problem, they always say, hey, God is punishing. Is it not because I sinned? Those are people that by the time they get a heartbreak in any relationship, it's difficult for them to heal. It makes them feel they are not good enough. So we see some indicators of low self-esteem, some examples of things that may indicate. These are people that are always nervous when they have to talk to strangers. They are not confident. You see somebody that is very bold, but when they say it's a stranger, they are trying to catch up. So when they are talking, you see them in their usual environment. Papa, Papa, they are talking. You ask yourself, can this child, can this husband, can this wife talk? So this husband can talk. You see, the man, when they just believe that what they are saying will not be correct. So they think they are not smart. So if you cannot understand to them, you are not smart. So if somebody is giving an instruction and you don't understand, instead of asking for clarity, they'll just say, no, we are the dull ones. After all, do we even have sense? There are the people that will say, we are always the unfortunate ones. So they have this negative talk in them. I am not good. I am overweight. Oh, it is always my fault. I have this problem. That somebody will do a good thing and take the blame for somebody's bad character. You will do a good thing and you blame yourself because the response is bad. That is what happens to this kind of people. That's what happens. So if they are children, they may not be engaged in many leisures. They are always homely. Low self-esteem children love to be home. While their others are playing. You remember when we're talking about melancholics, they love their space. So they like to always, they don't, this out, they don't. There are children that will prefer other children to come to their house, but they are not comfortable. They don't like to play too much. They are always so negative, low self-esteem. Now, another aspect is the criticism. You know, when we talk about this thing, it's demo. It's about the way they see themselves, not the way others. So if something is really within, that's how they know. How do you see yourself as far as this exam is concerned? I beg. Maybe me, I go fail. I'm the one to fail, Sha. I'm just trying. I'm not intelligent enough. These exams is too difficult. So those are people that emotionally, they are too fragile. So they rather stay without relationships because they are too afraid to be hurt. They are too afraid to be hurt. And they are easily bullied. That's the challenge. That's another thing, because how would they work? They don't have the courage to speak up for themselves. They are always shy. Where, please, if you know somebody like that, help the person. I don't know, we need to help them because it's not really their fault. They are shy. They are just too conscious of themselves, of not being good. They are sad. They can look for, oh God, I'm saying like that, I'm just imagining some people with that kind, because most often, especially when situations have dealt with them, they can shut up. You see, a sanguine or a choleric person can shut up, but very short-lived. You cannot cock them for long. They break down the next time they are already out. You tell a sanguine, keep quiet. Are you not tired? As they sleep, they get up. They're already talking. They always have things to do, ideas. They always. But melancholy, they'll go and they feed on the bread of sorrow. Like the Bible says, they feed on the bread of sorrow. Yes. Anything that will make them stay in is what is good for melancholy. I'm not good enough. Even though I've gone to school, even though we are rich, yes, they must always look for something. Am I not fat? We are rich. Am I not dry? Am I not thin? Even if we are rich, am I not still dull? They will always look bad for that low self-esteem people. They will always check off the negative part of life. Anything that will kill them from coming out is what they feed on. So children with low self-esteem are easily bullied, and adults are easily abused in relationships. Yes, they suffer in relationships. Why? They don't express easily. Emotionally, it's difficult for them to express. Verbally, it's difficult for them to express. They cannot really talk. They cannot really talk. So that is what happens to this category of people. People with low self-esteem. So they need attention. You need to help them walk a lot in their lives. Lack of self-care. They are so nonchalant about everything. Where lack of self-care. So they have a way of, they are just passive. They are just passive. Somebody with a melancholy tell you that I need a friend. But the Bible says he that wants friends should be friendly. No, they need you to be friends, but they don't want to be friendly. So they want you to take care of their little, oh God. Dominion, I want you to relate with me. What do you think? So far, talk. I just want you to say something.
Okay, no. I really understand the three types: the overly high self-esteem, the healthy self-esteem. Now, the thing is, if I have to say something, I can only speak about myself, yeah? Talking about, in my
Okay.
heart, I know that I have the healthy self-esteem. But some people always mistaken it to be low self-esteem. But I am not, I do not have any low self-esteem. I know within myself. It's just because I respect people too much that I just sometimes I overlook a lot of things. And some people think that, oh, self-esteem. No, it's because I just feel like people. I feel like we should treat people very kindly, and some people mistaking the kindness to be like, okay, you need to speak now. You're not supposed to accept that from that person. It is not every time you know. I'm not that confrontational. That does not make me weak or maybe insecure or low having low self esteem. But
Now,
how do one?
hey. Oh, my network just ceased completely. All right. Come on.
We can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you now. Dominion, I'm getting you.
Okay. So like I was saying, going over these three types of self-esteem, I see myself having the healthy self-esteem, but some people do mistaken my healthy self-esteem as low self-esteem because they expect me to be confrontational, and I refuse to be confrontational as so many times because I don't like wasting time on things. If I can overlook and let things go, let it go. But then it's like, why do you allow this person to do this to you? I'm like, no, I don't have time for this. But then, how do you communicate to people and this kind of people and letting them know I'm not weak? I don't have low. I just don't want to be caught up in this kind of situation.
That's why you understand your temperament, your personality type. Okay. Now you know who you are. You know who you are, and it does not disturb you. You know who you are, and you know that it's not about being confrontational. But then you don't, it's not in all situations, right? Like they used to say, humility is not stupidity. Are we there?
Yes, yes, I agree with. Yes, I agree.
Yes, humility is not stupidity. It means that my humility does not mean at every time, now you take everything, they'll kill you before your time. You know, you choose your battles right. You choose what to confront right. You don't allow everything, even though you will be overburdened. Because two things are involved in this case. Either you just ignore, so you become snobbish in a very subtle manner. You know, they say when you ignore somebody, it's like, oh, you are still there, but you have gone since. So that kind of subtle way, or you address situations, learn to address situations when necessary. Like you said, avoiding drama. So we talk about the ineffective communication style. You see, people with low self-esteem often they communicate very, very passively. They don't express themselves in any way. Their opinion does not matter. That's one thing with it. If I talk, does it matter? Say it, let it not matter. You have contributed to say what does not matter, so they know what does not matter. Because expressive people that are expressive, the way they want to say, oh, I want to say this thing, I don't know. They give themselves, they are too balanced that they want to give their opinion. Like, if it doesn't help somebody now, it can help somebody in the future. That's why somebody that is having a balance, a healthy self-esteem will say, well, concerning this matter, this what is in my mind. Should we take it? If they don't take it, the person does not. But with a low self-esteem person, I cannot. I know that it will not matter. Now, there's something I've learned in my life. I ask a question, even if I don't have, I may not receive your opinion, but it will help me in the future to answer somebody's question. That's my learning strategy. Therefore, it has made me to, if I have an idea, I'll always want to talk, even if it is not important at that time. I mean, it may not be considered not important. Yes, it may not be considered. I conceive and I try to fit in and say, okay, let me talk. Can I just say something? I may not say it to the crowd. I may say it to whosoever is concerned. I may like, okay, but let my idea just come. Let it just come. When it enters, a lot of things will happen. So, dangers of self-esteem, of low self-esteem. The issue is they have sleep problems. They are guilty and worthless. So when people start feeling guilty and worthless, it's a low self-esteem. Their energy is low and there's frequent tiredness. As apart from what we have seen, that they are always feeling sad, low, down, and empty. You see that low self-esteem is putting a lot of people. Why you see people that are suicidal, right? Is because of low self-esteem. Why would somebody want to go and kill themselves? That problem don't plenty. I be don't wahala, don't too much. I better. No, it's low self-esteem. You don't believe in yourself. That's why you want to commit suicide. Somebody will have a heartbreak. Heartbreak, oh, you want to die, and then you will leave the person to be living. No, it's low self-esteem. It's because you don't believe that something good can come out of you. Decrease in appetite. died, concentration and focus decreased. So when they decrease, you just know that sometimes. So when we check all these things, we realize that a low self-esteem person will always be indecisive. They will always be indecisive. They will always be victimized. All right. They feel victimized. So they'll say, if I say it, you know, they have that problem. I don't want to say it. If I say it now, if I say it, you are there suffering, and then somebody is telling you, you are seeing yourself dying. You say, no, I don't want to say it. If I say it, they'll support him. He will talk. She will talk. A woman is dying in her home, says, I will not talk. Oh, because if I talk, my husband will kill me. You're already dead. A man is suffering in a relationship. He has low self-esteem. Instead of expressing, family members are dying. No, we will not talk. If we talk, people will look at us like. So they have that problem. And like I said, they are victimized. You see a whole family, a couple being victimized. They tell themselves, no, I will not talk. If I talk, my husband will just kill me. Let me just be quiet. You don't even know whether it is your quietness. You don't even know. So most women suffer because of low self-esteem in their marriages. Some people even say, it's okay. Is it not my bad luck? It's my bad luck. Am I not? Let me suffer. Let me suffer. Yes, let me suffer. After all, then they go and hang on one mistake in a relationship. Hey, hey. Please, there are foolish things that people do. Don't do that. That's why we are learning. Let me just suffer. I'm married by all costs. So let me suffer. Where I love this boy by all costs. Yeah, so I'll just suffer. No. If you love that man by all costs, he has low self-esteem. Work on it first. Because they at the end, if you have a low self-esteem, work. If you want to enter a relationship with somebody with low self-esteem, work. The worst thing is you want to prove that you have money. Is it because you have sense? Or is it because of your family? Is it because, you know? And then some other person is saying, you two, you are there feeling guilty. Well, it's true. Let me give him all the money so that peace will reign. Peace can never reign. Anyway, I'm talking about melancholics with their low self-esteem. Peace does not reign because you give. No. You need wisdom to manage them, not material. Because money does not treat low self-esteem. Because the way he will still see money, he will still be afraid. She will still be afraid of money. They don't even know how to dress because of low self-esteem. So low productivity. They perform less at school, work, relationship, and also feel unfulfilled and exhausted. That's it. They easily have depression, anxiety. They are always ashamed and angry. Faulty perception. When our self-esteem is significantly inaccurate, it creates problem for us because, you see, the lens through which we view life and the world is compromised. Most often, it affects children as they grow up. They grew up in their homes, know that they are good for nothing. There are two kinds of children. You know, overly high self-esteem children are those children that in their homes, They were not beating them. They were too royal, and parents did not do proper parenting. They feel that to be a good parent is to give the child everything. If you are giving your child everything, you are building that child to have an overly self-esteem, and then to have entitlement mentality, whereby the child will grow. And when they say no, the child still feels like it's punishment. So by so doing, you are grooming a child that will cause pain to people, because you will be too entitled. People will not be good enough. It's not like my father used to give me. If it was my mother, I was preparing this thing and something just happened in my mind. I said, I just grew up not because I have it all, but I don't grow up to really beg. When I mean beg, like I don't depend on anybody out of my family. No. So at a point in my life, I realized that no, you have to interact with people. So I ask, not because I cannot have sometimes, but I ask because of relationship. Yes. I start asking because of relationship. I grew up knowing that contentment is key. So it makes me to have this kind of mindset. I was just thinking about it today, like, okay, you are there. You don't have it. You are not entitled to it. And so because you are not entitled, you will have it. And when you have it, use it. I start realizing it. Now, some other people, they will grow and then it's like, okay, when I need it, I just go and get it. It must be given to me. When I ask, it must be given. When I ask, it must be given. It must. What do I mean by it must? Whether they need to go and borrow, I need to steal it, I need to lie, I need to do. I must have it. That's entitlement mentality. So, how do we help somebody with a low self-esteem? Let's talk about it. As a counselor, let's discuss. Dominion, what do you think? How can you help somebody with low self-esteem?
Yes, ma'am. To help someone with low self-esteem, it's just to keep encouraging them, like to give them, like to boost them somehow. I feel like you just have to keep reassuring them to show up for themselves and give them examples and let them know they're not going to be judged. Because I think basically the reason why I feel personally that what people who have low self-esteem have low self-judgment. They don't want to be judged. And I feel like we just have to find a way to let them understand that it's okay. Just show up there, show how, like, the world is not going to end. You're not going to die.
Your line is breaking, or is it? Are you too far from your phone?
No, I'm in my phone, man.
I'm not getting you clearly. Okay, I'm getting you better.
Like, it's all about judgment. The reason why the low self-esteem have that is because they feel like they're going to be judged. And I feel like the way to help them is to reassure them that it's okay. It's okay to show up and show.
Yeah.
And just reassurance in general. And you have to come up with some examples how you did yours and how you're feeling good with it. So I think that's just what we try to do. Helping them in my own way. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. You know, one of it is self-talk, really, and positive affirmation. Talk positive things to yourself. Tell yourself good things. Like we really say, they need assurance. But then, even if you're assuring them, what are they doing to themselves? In that area where they really feel, no, you are bold, you are beautiful, you are wonderful. I remember I was telling one of my daughters, she's just afraid all the time. I said, why are you afraid? I don't know. I just feel like I'm not good enough. I say, oh, my beautiful, from and beautiful, okay? My bold and beautiful. Tell yourself every day, every time. I'm bold, I'm beautiful. I gave her a scripture. I said, listen, when you get up, he says, you call your name. You say, I'm bold, I'm beautiful. I'm not giving you too much. Put this in your mind. I will not give you 10 affirmations. But just tell yourself. So she called me and said, oh, thank you. Thank you, ma. It has helped me. Now I'm no more afraid. Those my friends, you're afraid of your friends. You have not done anything, but you are just afraid. She will just sit like this. The mother's voice will be ringing. I say, why? It's because the mother will not shout at everybody, but she must shout at her. Because first, you are the firstborn. So I told her, I said, it doesn't work like that. You are courageous. You have sound mind. Relax. You have not done anything that warrants it so bad. So positive affirmations are so good. Tell yourself. You know, at one time in everybody's life, there's that something that just breaks your spirit. It happens too. You know, we call them momentary uncertainties. It's different from that's low self-esteem. Low self-esteem is naturally your self-esteem is what is long-term. But unlike that, we still have momentary uncertainties where something can happen. You are just feeling bad. The difference between that kind of a person is that with somebody with low self-esteem, that you see yourself negative all the time. But with a kind of maybe you always attribute, now you did something and you failed, or something bad happened to you. You try to look at it, but that's momentary. You are like, oh, can I? Fear comes in, shame. Maybe you messed up somewhere. Yeah, in a relationship, maybe you messed up. That is momentarily. That's not you. It's just something. So at that point, it, it is it can make you to be low, and you just tell yourself, it's easy to encourage yourself from there, especially if you are not a melancholic. But with melancholy, what would take a sanguine or even a phlegmatic? With phlegmatic is that they don't even keep it in their hearts. It's not even anywhere around them, as in that thing that has happened, we did and we more. You know, they don't keep negative things in them at all. So when they meet the problem, they solve it. If they fail, okay, we move ahead. That's it. Keep forging ahead. And that is the stand. That is it about, we talk about self-esteem for today. Okay, the dangers. So they take a lot of exercises and do a lot for us. All right. I think we are done for today.
Yes, ma. I really
So
enjoyed today's class. Yes, I really enjoyed today's class. And I'm really excited. Like, I know about these things, but then again, it's like, this is like a call on how to assist in our own little way the people with the low esteem. And
yeah,
I really like this.
it's good. Many people are suffering, right? Many people are suffering. Yes. So there's something I call it assertive communication. Let's check it out. In how do you come up with being that kind of bold, confessing, giving voice to your need and all of that. All right. To be assertive, can we just look briefly at that? This an added something. Now, let's look at the acronym LADDER, LADDER. Annie should be hearing this for the first time. So I'm adding it. So
yes, so I'm
all
hearing
right.
for the first time.
Yes, LADDER. It helps in communication, and I want us to apply it to ourselves to be able to deal with low self-esteem. Yeah, when we look at ladder, L says, at your rights, what you want, what you need, and your feelings about your situation. Are we there? Look at your rights, what you want, what you need, and your feelings about your situation. Let go of blames, the desire to hurt, and self-pity. So the first L, to give a voice to your need. I really need to be bold. I really need to come out. I need to be fine, you know. So when you look at your rights, is it my right to be bold? Is it really a right to talk? To be out, express, yeah, I really have to communicate. Yes, it's my right. So I voice to be heard. I want it to be heard. So what do I feel about the situation? I look at it and say, but I feel bad. I feel low. I just feel like I'm not good enough. Let go of the blame. So the A is arrange a time to discuss your problem. So it will help you. Look for somebody that you can talk. Say, see, sometimes when I'm with people, talking about your low self-esteem, see, something happened to me that it has just made me to die down. Oh, I don't just want to talk. Well, when people are talking about marriage, and he say, oh, look, arrange a time and talk about it. When people are talking about this, and then you see those are the things where people went, are feeling bad. Even with what I know, I would not even want to talk. Talk about it to somebody. If it is your spouse, he says, arrange a time. Don't just talk about it anytime. To come out of low self-esteem. So you define the problem. For example, share your opinions and beliefs. Where I believe that, when it's like this, I believe it says, okay, it's time to decide on where we are going to eat tonight. People, that's as simple as that. So there are things that, in order for you to come out, this a communication to express yourself, coming out of low self-esteem. Look at time, look at your right, arrange a time, you define the problem. Don't say everything at the same time. They will shun you down and you will die because you have low self-esteem. You don't know, I'm not good enough. So just pick one thing and describe your feelings. So for somebody to come out to be helped from low self-esteem, learn to describe your feelings in a way that people can understand. So E is express your request. So what do you really want now? So in all of these, I've looked at it, I've seen that's my right, I have arranged the time, defined, but then what do you want? Some people don't even know. So, and then you bring a reinforcement for people you back it up. The last arrow talks about reinforce the other person. In other words, you bring the other person more in. the positive side of that request that you are making. And then by so doing, if it has to do with even with your feelings, I'm saying so, with your feelings, learn to say no without feeling guilty. Learn it. Those are the things I reinforce it in a way that since I am like this, I learn and all of that. So we have learned the word to start being assertive, the ladder approach of assertiveness in communication, in talking next, self-expression, giving voice to your needs. All right. We are done for TikTok, please.